What's up, everybody? Damon here, and in today's gaming news, a brain implant just allowed a paralyzed man to stay up all night playing Civ 6. Sony plans to crowdsource game help on PS5, and it's sounding more and more likely that Final Fantasy 16 is headed to other consoles. This is your Daily Fix. The first human recipient of a Neuralink brain implant has shared new details on his recovery and experience of living with the experimental assistive tech. It has allowed him a greater level of freedom and autonomy, including the ability to pull an all-nighter playing Civilization 6. In January, Neuralink co-founder Elon Musk revealed that the company had implanted its first brain-computer interface in the head of a human patient who was then recovering well. Musk also indicated that the implant was functioning well and had detected a promising neuron spike. In a subsequent February update, Musk commented that the patient had seemingly made a full recovery and was even able to use the implant to manipulate a computer cursor with thought alone. And on March 20th, Neuralink shared a 9-minute live stream in which 29-year-old implant recipient Noland Arbaugh used the technology to play a digital version of chess while discussing how living with the experimental aid had changed his life. Arbaugh explained, "It was like using the force on the cursor, and I could get it to move wherever I wanted, just stare somewhere at the screen, and it would move where I wanted it to. It was such a wild experience." The quadriplegic shared that he had lost sensation and suffered paralysis from below the shoulders after sustaining a spinal injury during a diving accident 8 years ago. He had felt compelled to volunteer for the trial out of an urge to be a part of something that he felt could change the world. Arbaugh also revealed that the implant had given him the freedom to pull an all-nighter playing the strategy game Civilization 6, something that he could not have done on his own before the surgery. Arbaugh said to Neuralink scientist Bliss Chapman, "One of the first times you all gave me complete control over this Neuralink tech, I actually stayed up until like 6 a.m. playing Civilization 6. It was worth it. I think this is the best way to put it. It was awesome. Now I can literally just lie in bed and play to my heart's content. Honestly, the biggest restriction at this point was having to wait for the implant to charge once I had used all of it." You may be wondering how the brain implant is charged. I did. It's charged wirelessly. The 29-year-old also revealed that the implant had allowed him to play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. He said, "Playing Mario Kart and coming in second repeatedly blew my mind. I didn't think that would be possible like a week into using it. That was freaking wild, even though my dad and my buddy wouldn't let me win." Neuralink was founded by Elon Musk and a handful of scientists and engineers in 2016 with a goal to create a brain-computer interface, BCI, that could one day be used to, quote, "restore autonomy to those with unmet medical needs." Moving on, Sony has announced plans to release community game help on PlayStation.
So, the military made us get the chip in our wrist. The military made us get the chip in our wrist. The military made us get the chip in our wrist. Like a scar. It's a little scar right there. My husband doesn't believe me, so I'm going to play with my hand.
No, you don't.
Yes, I am. You have to have it in your wrist. So what I can do is connect my debit card to it.
You can pay.
Waiting for your transaction to complete.
What the fuck?
Yes, you do. He does not believe me. That's why I'm recording. You don't believe me. Give me this.
They been had that. You ain't never told me.
Baby, wait, you left the bag down here.
They been had.
You don't understand how far technology is coming. So I already saw the paperwork.
Nope.
Yes, we're gonna get one in our baby's wrist, but they can't get it until they're 3 years old.
All right.
Hey, shalom, shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel, bro. Lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Real quick, what you see, I just referenced two videos that two different brothers have put up. The first being the elder brother, Kazak Yala. And the other brother, elder brother, Manada Zagba. I referenced both of their videos because I was actually watching this movie titled Three Body Problem. Well, it's a series, like 10 episodes, I think. A pretty good series which deals with persecution and pretty much people believing in the existence of a higher power. But what really stood out to me about the show so far, and Esau knows that his time is up, you know, and I'm not going to spoil it. And first of all, I didn't see all of it, but I do know that they incorporated some form of metaverse. I believe like in the second episode, when they enter alternate reality due to these, it's like basically these headsets. It's like a metaverse. And it puts me to mind to the first video I went to, which this, hold up, put it back up, which it says, man here was basically able to play video games.
Get it to move wherever I want.
Play video games with this mind, okay? Which basically it enters you in a different reality because those are part of the miracles that this man is getting ready to bring on the left-hand side, okay? For those of you out there that may be wondering, you know, about this technology, this is the technology that's going to pretty much be the icing on the cake, okay? And as we're seeing with these interruptions of global supply chains and, you know, logistics and all these things coming to a complete halt due to a controlled demolition, we'll say it that way, we can easily see that these new systems will be incorporated with this technology, okay? We've had skeptics in the past, even to this day, it's June, ain't no microchips, it's June, okay? You got men in that spirit. Out of all the evidence that we're bringing out, out of all the facts, the videos, the scriptures, the way life is navigating itself, you can clearly see that this is the way of the future. And on top of that, they're selling it. You know, they're selling it, you know, and it says here it was like using a force on a cursor. I can get it to move wherever I want it. Just stare somewhere at the screen and it will move where I want it to. It said, which was such a wild experience. OK, so basically he's operating in left hand means. I think he was a paraplegic. Mentioned that he injured himself in a diving accident to the point he wasn't able to move, or he was like paralyzed to some degree. And if you watch that movie Upgrade, matter of fact, let's get a synopsis of that movie, because Upgrade in that movie Implanted does it justice. And also I wanted to point out as well, it says 3-body problem, right? Now, when you look at the E, what does that look like? It looks like the Xi, right? Like when you go into the actual Greek lettering, it looks like like a serpent or a staff, like going back into the Greek god of medicine, Asclepius. Okay, but this is another way of saying Xi in the Greek. So to check that, I looked up the Greek alphabet and bingo, I was on point with it. Okay, the Xi. You see? So there's some serious witchcraft that they're putting in these movies. And they're straight up telling you people, man. Okay, because when you go down to Revelation 13 and 18, and we can get it real quick just for reference, the Greek word, you got Xi, and stigma, right? Okay, so here, the middle word being Xi, right? Which is basically this word right here. Okay, so I just found that quite interesting that Esau Edom put it in the title of his movie, you know, going back into the Biden-Harris campaign. The E in Biden's word, it was basically, and his name was basically the Xi, the signal, you know, the particular, the Greek alphabet, you know. But nonetheless, they put these things in their movies because, you know, these are the times we're in. So as these movies continue to progress and things start to happen, like Civil War is coming out April 12th, and they have a screening of it, like a first screening of it on April 8th during the time of the eclipse. These movies oftentimes come to reality, okay? Because matter of fact, let me look this up. When was this movie released? When was Leave the World Behind released? It was released last year, but I'm trying to get a particular date. Oh, December 8th. Oh, wow, check that out. So that wasn't even 4 months ago, really. Roughly 4 months ago, you know. Ain't even been 5 months ago, okay? So this was just really released a couple months ago, and already we could see things happening. So as this place goes down, they're putting shit in their movies, like literally, you know. They coming out with, what is it, Testament, the story of Moses with a bunch of Edomites playing our people. You know, they're throwing this shit out here, man, because Esau's sorcery is wearing thin. People are waking up to it. All right. But anyway, let's get a couple of precepts here. It wasn't going to be a long lesson, but, you know, for time's sake, this is the book of Revelation 13 and 10. And Apostle Tahar went into this as well. When he did the video, it was titled BAM. The next step is BAM, because in New York, they're basically setting up these weapon scanners down in the subway stations for alleged violent attacks on subways, which that's all bullshit, man. You know, that was all being planned and staged. And the fact that the people that they're detaining is people that live in America. It ain't the migrants. It ain't the people that's doing all the crime. But instead, they're detaining the people that want to defend themselves. Because I noticed like places like Chicago, L.A., you know, not Detroit. Detroit, maybe, yeah, Detroit, fucking L.A., Chicago, New York. What's another one? Boston. You know, these Democratic ran cities. You notice they have the most crime, but yet nobody really owns it. I mean, you can have a firearm, but it's so hard to get a firearm in these particular states, and the crimes is like exceptionally high. When you got places like Tennessee and Mississippi, you know, Missouri, even though Kansas City is getting up there because shit is just wild. But either way it go, you know, you hear a lot of gun crimes, but in bigger states and cities, you hear gun crimes the most, you know, because people that's getting robbed, they can't defend themselves, you know. So basically, the cops can have guns out there, but you can't. But wait a minute, if you're taking away people's guns and the fact they can't own firearms, then why the fuck do you need it? If the crime ain't that bad, right? Okay, which shows you that it's all about control takeover. Same thing in Canada. They are prompting the citizens, look, leave your keys outside the front door and let them come in and do what they got to do. What? Shit, they got a castle doctrine, man. Somebody come in your crib, you got a right to do what you got to do. And most people are getting ready to adopt that sentiment. All right. But anyway, this is the book of Revelation 13. And I'm going to start at 11. And it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. This is the political systems, okay? One side appears to oppose the other, but they have the same agenda at hand, okay? Take over, enslaving, you know, and bringing draconian methods. Because whether the Democrats or the Republicans are in office, at the end of the day, the same outcome is going to be what it's going to be, okay? Whether Biden stays in, or whether Trump gets in, same ordeal. And it reads, and it says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed, which is the ancient Roman Empire. Okay. It says, and he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire coming down from heaven in the sight on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. Okay. That's a miracle. A man that was being told that he would never be able to walk again or function or live life as a normal person. This man is literally playing the latest generation console video games, and he's playing them pretty thoroughly. You know, do you know what type of sales pitch that is to play a game telepathically, man, with your mind? You know, not even have to have a joystick in your hand, because you're basically linked up to a computer. That's crazy, man. And if you take that, you're going to be destroyed. But it reads, and it says, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. Okay. And that's this revival of the modern day Roman Empire. And it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And we're seeing the image is speaking literally. Okay. Because the chip, the RFID chip, that's actually part of the end. That's going to be the entire image of this system in due time. Like right now, the image is everything around you, from the way it's run, the global infrastructures, man, the commerce, the logistics, the supply chains. That's all part of the image. The religion, everything is part of the image, what makes this place what it is. But ultimately, when that micro C-hip takes full stage or full center on the world stage, there's going to be the ultimate image of this place, because the whole world is going to pretty much follow behind that model, which America is behind, which they're actually late. Okay, you know, you got places like Australia, you know, places like parts of not Germany, but a lot of European nations have adopted this technology as far as digital payments is concerned. You know, they own forms of CBDC, if that make any sense. But it says that causes many of the, as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, slacking my allergies, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads. And we know that the mark is the MOTB. Okay, now you can get it now, even though it's not mandated. But we seeing that the way society is heading, that they will mandate that. That will be the ultimate thing that they're going to use in order for you to be a citizen in society. Meaning that they're going to say, well, look, we don't have cash anymore. We don't have debit cards no more. You know what I'm saying? You need to work, then you have to accept this chip. And you're going to have to make a conscious decision on whether you want to deal with that or not. Okay? That's what it is. That's where everything is going to. They're going to say, well, we don't deal with money anymore. That's the old way. You can't come here with $200 cash because we don't exchange cash anymore. Okay? But we got this RFID scanner. Everything is hooked up to your chip, and then we can deduct it from your bank account. Or when you go to the doctor, we can look up your medical records via scanning your hand. You know, all that going, showing your state ID, all that's going to be linked to the micro C-hip. In these other camps, I don't know why they're not seeing that. Yeah, maybe they do. Maybe they just took the bag, which I'm gravitating to option B. You took the bag. No, you just want to be rebellious ninjas. But it reads, to receive a mark in their right hands on their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him have an understanding and count the number of the beast, for it is the number of the man. His number is 603, man. Okay, so that's where we at in prophecy. And if you take that MOTB and you teach a man to do so, then, hey, the Lord will blot out your remembrance from the book of life. Okay, oh, that's sin, brother. That's an embargo. How the hell can you buy and sell with sin, bro? Like, come on, man. This use common sense, Jake. But Jake has so much hatred for the apostles and the men of GMS to the point they'll willingly throw away their salvation just to try to prove us wrong. And they know they wrong. You know, bunch of reprobates. This is why we say to hell with them other groups, man. Okay, the Lord gonna get the elect from among those groups. But other than that, we ain't worried about you other groups, man. Okay, we ain't worried about FOPI. We not worried about ISUPK. We ain't worried about what's this GOCC. We're not worried about what is it, Wi-Fi. We not worried about fucking Sakari, and we damn sure ain't worried about the IUIC, man. Okay, the Most High is gonna lead you where He finds you because you're playing games, you know. But anyway, Revelation 16:1, it says, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, or the MOTB, and upon them which worshipped his image. Okay, so that's part of the judgments. Before you get hit with those missiles, the Lord is going to bring plagues upon you, man, because, hey, He told you. Last precept, Revelation 14, verses 9. And it reads here, it says, and a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast or his image and receive the MOTB in his forehead or in his hand, the same should drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture to the cup of his indignation. And he should be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay, so this guy, right, this character right here, okay, whether he's an Edomite or Jake, whoever, but at the end of the day, he's going to eat the missiles probably because he decided to do something, even if it meant to get his life back on track, you know. And a lot of people going to fall victim for these tricks, from this deception. Oh, you'll be able to walk again. You'll be able to ride or work again, you know. You'll be able to get a nut off again. People going to take that MOTB, man, you know. But anyway, I'm going to end it there, giving our praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you are edified until the next lesson. Shalom.